So it's nice to meet you guys. So why don't you tell the audience like who you are and a little bit about Fat Ham? Like I know a little bit about Hamlet, very little. So what exactly what exactly is Hamlet and what is Fat Ham in relation to that?
Well, I'm Patrece, and I play Tedra, and I'm the matriarch of the family. And I'm, the boisterous, loud, kind of call it like modern day rich auntie kind of energy
Yep.
in the show. And I am Hamlet's mom, aka Juicy. And I would say like Fat Ham is I've been telling people it's the black comedic modern version
For sure.
of Fat Ham. Oh, of Hamlet, right?
For sure.
So if you're not good with Shakespeare lingo, this will break down the idea of Hamlet
Yeah,
for you in modern day
I believe
relation.
so too. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I'm Lee, and I play Tio, who's Juicy's cousin in the play, and he's kind of like Juicy's voice of reason in a little bit, and also he's the first one to see the ghost. So he kind of puts Juicy on game that there's something going on. I don't know what it could be, but something going on. I just seen your daddy. That's crazy. And so from there, it's just this circle and going on events. But for me, I feel like it is a nice little modern day spin on something that you may not have gotten if you read it Hamlet. Same story, of course, but maybe you might understand it better if you watch it through Fat Ham's.
Yeah.
lens.
And I think for me, Shakespeare has always been, it's kind of like for anybody that is of the faith. If you're reading like King James version of the Bible, it's like thee, thou, thine, and you can't follow along, right?
Yeah.
So Shakespeare has a lot of those, the terminology that you have to know it to understand the direction for the most part, right?
Sure.
But
Yeah.
because it's modern day, regular, everyday conversation, it allows you, I think, to not only comprehend the direction of the story and the plot and the point of it, but you can relate to it better, I think.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
There's a kind of a pattern there that you hear every day.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, as soon as we get off this live, you're going to encounter somebody that reminds you of Tedra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just in everyday life.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like the beauty of this
Yeah.
too. Everything is relatable.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, actually. Because I feel like the biggest barrier for most people when it comes to Shakespeare in general, like I used to do a little bit of Shakespeare in middle school and stuff, but the biggest barrier is just like, what are they saying? Like, I can't understand what any of this is.
Yeah, that is the one.
Correct.
Yeah, it's like, because Shakespeare is so beautiful in that, like, it relates back to what we're doing today. So how do you guys basically take like knowing what you know about like Hamlet, and then take that and translate it to Fat Ham and modern day? Like, how do you like combine the two?
Well, for me, I tell you, we had to, me and my acting coach, we went and we read Hamlet. So I went back and I read the script, top to bottom, and got a chance to discover the story because I really wanted to know Horatio's connection with Hamlet, because that's who I play in the production of Fat Ham. Tio's character is equivalent to Horatio. So I wanted to know the importance of just how or why does Hamlet trust Horatio the way he does, because in the end, I don't want to give Hamlet away, but in the end, Horatio is kind of the guy that tells the story. Hamlet leaves it up to him to pass the legacy on. You have to be the one to let everybody know about who I was. And so for me, I felt like, why and what is that? Like, what is the trust in there that Hamlet has with Horatio in order to allow him to do that? So that was my journey with Tio. I'm like, what can I do to bring that over here and see why Juicy, not only are we cousins, but why are we so good of cousins? What makes it this tight of a bond? So that was my study for sure.
And for me, let me just be honest, I never seen Hamlet, never read it.
Yeah,
probably will.
I haven't either.
Right. Everybody mind your business. However, I think what I like about this production is, like we both said, it gives you a modern day version of Hamlet. So even if you've never seen it, you have some sense of what it's about. So for me, with Tedra, like Lee said, in every family dynamic, whether it's blood family, your chosen people, there is someone that reminds you of Tedra. And who is Tedra? Tedra is that either the auntie or the mother that's very, or auntie that's matriarch in your life that is like, she's stylish, she's loud, but she's opinionated, but she loves you hard, even if it doesn't come across the way you think it should in the moment, right? And you see this kind of what she's trying to balance, which is, how do I get to do what I want to do now in this chapter, but also I'm still watching my adult son who I love, and I need to cover him and protect him, because the world that he knows is not fair to him, right? So it's kind of fun. She's finding that balance of, this is me and I'm always going to be me, but also I'm clocking what's happening to my son and how he's feeling, and how do I balance that while still giving Tedra what she wants and not overlooking her son what he needs, right? Because it's a show that also teaches you how the world can be mean in ways that are not fair, right? And so there's a come to Jesus kind of moment for several people that you'll see in the show. That is just kind of hard lessons and hard truths to have, kind of like the pot calling kettle black type of a thing, if you would. So Tedra is that person that's like, I'm gonna love you hard, but she still also has to learn some things for herself too. That's not what she maybe thought of before, like hard internal lessons.
And that's kind of one of the things that the character in Hamlet that Tedra's portraying, that's what she's battling too. So it's really amazing that you're picking that up without even, you know what I mean? But that's one of the things.
Need to read it.
Individuality, like what am I, like, for real? Like, what am I as an individual person? What am I accepting? You know what I'm saying? And so it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing. Like, well, obviously Fat Ham's based off Hamlet, but just how like similar, I'm forgetting my words, but just like parallels that you can even see, even though Fat Ham is like comedic compared to the tragedy of Hamlet.
And I think because it's comedic, I mean, it is still thought-provoking, which is the Pulitzer Prize winning part of it, right? But because it's comedic, I think it allows you to receive it and digest it better, right? So you comprehend it better, and you're like, oh,
It's definitely a great way to bring in the tragedy, even with starting it off with the dialogue between Tio and Juicy. It's like, as an audience, you kind of like, but then when you get to the meat of it, it's like, I kind of am glad we went through that first and then got to this, because if you just went there, it's like, it's dark, it's really dark, and Hamlet is that. But the beauty of Fat Ham is that we get to laugh, man. We get to laugh, and we get to see something else happen at the end that the Hamlet fans don't get to see.
Yeah.
Ooh, a surprise twist.
A surprise twist.
Love a surprise twist.
Exactly.
So what's your favorite comedic part or bit of Fat Ham? Like, what's your favorite scene?
Don't look at me.
Why not?
You don't have any?
I have. There's a few scenes in there that I just
let the people know.
Belt gutching, knee slapping, funny, man. Just funny. There's a line earlier in the play where Tedra comes out and Juicy and her and Juicy are having this exchange, and they're getting kind of the feel of where both of them at with the news of Pep dying. They're kind of feeling that out for the first time. And there's a line that Juicy he's like kind of asking her, like, do you miss Dad? Like, da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, well, baby, if you don't, you ain't really missing nothing if you're thinking about it. It's just there, like heartburn. That line, it knocks everybody out. That line and a few other ones.
There's a few of them. And I would say everybody has moments that are very comedic, very funny, right?
Yeah.
But this one right here, that's all I gotta say. This one
There-
is the one.
There is a monologue in there that's quite hysterical. Yeah,
There's
and
a
I,
I'm
couple.
so excited.
Big ones,
I
yeah.
have a good time. I have a good time with doing it. So, but
Yeah, but the show gives us freedom to be. It has balance of raw emotion. It has yes, comedic timing where it's like familial stuff. Like it's stuff that we would say at a barbecue. It's stuff that we would say when we're kiki
natural.
hanging out, right?
Mhm.
And then there's moments where it is it's thought provoking, not necessarily gut wrenching, but it makes you pause, be like, dang, or you realize the humanness in someone's moment because of an answer or because of a reaction, right?
Mhm.
And so that's one of the things about this show is that you get to see all of that within this demographic of a family, like the extension of the family. There's family friends, but we're all family, right? And you get to see that almost at some point in everybody, to be honest, even if it's for a moment. And I think that's what's also relatable is that someone can relate to something in this show.
For sure.
You really, really can.
For sure. Even if it's just set design, like walking into the theater to see the set, you're gonna be like, "Whoa!
They did
Is this my house?"
They did a phenomenal job. They did a phenomenal job. They really, really did. So I think everyone can walk away, and even if it's not you directly that has gone through the things in this show, you know someone that has. You've heard, you have a friend that has, and they've confided to you about it, or your best friend has, your boyfriend has, your coworker has, or you have. And so to some degree, you either get the joke, or you get the dig, or you get the passionate moment that's happening. Because the care, the comeback, the apology, the whatever, because it's so relatable, in my opinion, in so many ways. Yeah. And even if, and I will say this, this is your chance. If you don't look like us, you got an invite to the cookout. We always talking about, I got an invite to the cookout. Come to the cookout.
Come on to the cookout. See what it's like. Be there to the 29th at the Margison at Orlando States. Get your tickets now.
I'm telling you. It's good. It's so good. And it's open for all because, again, everyone can relate to some degree. On some level, personally, intimately, through someone else, you can relate. There's so few shows that let you feel that, I feel like.
And I say this too before we go. One thing I do like that this challenges is for so long, especially for men, we're dealing with legacy and what our dad wants us to do or what our great-great-granddad did. That's now the generation of the blueprint for every man in the family now,
Yeah.
Here is Juicy saying, well, I don't want to do that. Let's end it on this note. You know what I mean? Let's end it here. And actually seeing that choice happen. It's a beautiful thing. And that's boiling down to the relatableness of this too, because it's like you go through that, you deal with that pressure of
the generational trauma.
Yes.
Or the expectation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same thing with Opal. Same thing with Larry, as far as the other characters. Like they're all so, and it is very generational because you've got the elders and you've got the youngins, right? And it's the dynamics, right? And so you see the elders watching the youngins figure out and be bold enough to own where they are, who they are, and to speak up about it, which is so not easy to do, especially, I mean, in probably any community, but especially the Black community, when it's so traditional.
For sure.
You'll see that as well, which is, and it's received well and it's welcome, but it's just, you get to see that shift and that challenge and that struggle. It's talked about openly.
For sure.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I really just want to see it. Like, I just want to go and see.
We hit to the 29th.
Go to 29th.
Yep, I gotta go right now. So,
come on.
So, I mean, I feel like this whole thing has just been a pitch to convince people to go see Fat Ham. But what's your best, like, quick pitch to be like, okay, like, if you already aren't convinced, this is why you should see this show?
Okay. I'd say if you're not already convinced, you should see it because you're showing support for the people that you don't look like or have a life like. You are showing understanding, willingness to learn. You show that you want to be with everybody else to have a good time. And I think also it's one of those shows that you can go by yourself. You can go with your bestie. You can go with your partner. You can go with your mommy. You can go with your grandma and still have a good time. So it's not a show that like I need a date, and it's not a show that I need a reason. It's just a good ass show. Can I say that? I did.
To me, I feel like we check all the boxes. You know, this is something you can laugh at, something you can cry at, something you can learn from, something you can get the dramatic feel from. Like we check all of the boxes for something that is a successful play. So if you want something that you can just have a nice night on Wednesdays, we got 2 shows, 2 o'clock and 7:30, 7:30 should I say. Sundays is our matinee show.
Yep.
So if you want to have something that you can just watch and feel all of the emotion, not just one thing, but just feel all of the emotion and leave there like, wow.
And come as you are.
I'm
like
filled.
Yeah, come as you are in the sense of like you just want to come on a random, just come. You ain't got to plan big, you ain't dress fancy. Just come and check it out and have a good time. Okay. I think if you come with a mindset and an expectation to have a good time, you'll be your mind will be blown even more than you think. Really.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So come on out and see us. We are open to the March 29th at the Margison Theater at the Orlando Shakes. Come on now. Come on out. Tickets starting at $38. Make sure you come on out and see.
We'll put the links below.
Links below. All that. And don't forget now, we are the critics' pick. So that'll help you to come on out.
And you can bring your kids. You can bring your kids if an adult was with them. I believe that age is like 7 and above, parental discretion, but you must be with them. So if you want to open your kids up to something that's also like gets them thinking, it's also great for that too. Just putting that out there. It's really
amazing.
Yeah. Pulitzer Prize winning. How about that?
Yeah.
To the 29th at the March. Orlando Shakespeare.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much.
Well,
Thank you.